The act of creation is surrounded by a fog of myths. Myths that creativity comes via inspiration, that original creations break the mold, that they're the products of geniuses, and appear as quickly as electricity can heat a filament. But creativity isn't magic. It happens by applying ordinary tools of thought to existing materials.
We have, always been shameless about stealing great ideas.
And the soil from which we grow our creations is something we scorn and misunderstand, even though it gives us so much, and that's copying.
Going to start by copying, like no matter what you're doing, what you're going to do when you start out is just copy. But
put simply, copying is how we learn. We can't introduce anything new until we're fluent in the language of our domain, and we do that through emulation. For instance, all artists spend their formative years producing derivative work. Bob Dylan's first album contained 11 cover songs. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb. His first patent was improvement in electric lamps, but he did produce the first commercially viable one after trying 6,000 different materials for the filament. Nobody starts out original. We need copying to build a foundation of knowledge and understanding. And after that, things can get interesting. Skills. Memes are copied, transformed, and combined. And the dominant ideas of our time are the memes that spread the most. This is social evolution. Copy, transform, and combine. It's who we are, it's how we live, and of course, it's how we create.
With samples, I just sample things all day long. Then I see what works, and to look into a million different things to make something new.
Even now, Star Wars endures as a work of impressive imagination, but many of its individual components are as recognizable as the samples in a remix. The internet slowly grew over several decades as networks and protocols merged. It finally hit critical mass in 1991 when Tim Berners-Lee added the World Wide Web. They're not original ideas so much as tipping points in a continuous line of invention by many different people.
Culture always builds on the past.
For almost our entire history, ideas were free. The works of Shakespeare, Gutenberg, and Rembrandt could be openly copied and built.
Law began regulating the way we make and distribute copies of creative works.
Copyrights covered media, patents covered inventions. Both aim to encourage the creation and proliferation of new ideas by providing a brief and limited period of exclusivity, a period where no one else could copy your work.
Motivating people to create new and original stuff.
Gave creators a window in which to cover their investment and earn a profit. After that, their work entered the public domain, where it could spread far and wide and be freely built upon.
What Walt Disney did, better than perhaps anybody else, was to take works that were in the public domain and updated it and made it relevant for our age.
And it was this that was the goal, a robust public domain, an affordable body of ideas, products, arts, and entertainment available to all. The core belief was in the common good, what would benefit everyone.
But the people who owned the culture that we remixed, they represented the past, and they declared war. They didn't see a great library or an information superhighway. They saw a supermarket, and they wanted to get paid.
But over time, the influence of the market transformed this principle beyond recognition.
Culture where creativity was consumed, but the consumer is not a creator. A culture which is top-down, owned, where the vocal cords of the millions have been lost.
But the past will always try to control the future. Our future is becoming less free.
When it came time for the copyright of Disney's early films to expire, they lobbied to have the term of copyright extended.
I am in control! I've been in control since the 50s, in case you haven't noticed!
When we copy, we justify it. When others copy, we vilify it. Most of us have no problem with copying, as long as we're the ones doing it. Simply put, we hate losing what we've got.
For these people, ideas are intellectual property, locked up until purchase. They use infinite money, corporate lobbies, and lawsuits to protect their property. Let's call this side the copyright.
Copyright makes it illegal to email a school book, blocks you from creating and sharing reaction GIFs, your own remixes of pictures, videos,
and of culture as we know it.
I oppose all copyright. I oppose dumb copyright. Dumb copyright. Copyright that doesn't serve copyright's purpose.
With the rejection of copyright laws, a side chapter closes in creative history, marking a new dawn of color and creating control for artists.
The creative process became more important than the product, because consumers were now creators, making the folk art of the future. These people believe that the public domain must be protected to ensure the free exchange of ideas and the future of art and culture. And to build free societies, we need to limit the control of the past.
Control your own creative destiny.
The Creative Commons license tells everyone, hey, I'm giving you permission to reuse, revise, remix, and redistribute this material to everyone around the world.
Look, I need that book, and this one too, for an assignment. No, I can't. It's the rule. Look, I need that book. Look, I need... No, I can't. For an assignment, that book.
Imagine that this were to change.
Open education is a global movement that aims to bring quality education to teachers and students everywhere. The basic idea is to put top-notch learning materials on the web that anyone can access for free.
OERs are creating a new system of education, one which is better adapted to respond to our highly dynamic economy.
Unlike textbooks, open ed resources can always be revised, so they're never out of date. Teachers are given free license to adapt them and improve them, giving students exactly what they need to achieve their dreams.
If there's no sharing happening, there's no education happening. Education is sharing, period. OER are so critically important because they unlock the full technological power of the internet. Everything the internet enables, OER allows. And with open educational resources, for the first time in history, mankind has the potential to truly democratize access to education. And that is why open education matters.
So here's the deal. The rules of this game are actually up to you. This is not a world made up of passive consumers anymore. That era is over. This world is made up of collaborators. Build on the past. That's the future.